In today's video, we will go over everything I know about Looksmaxxing. Alright, Looksmaxxing from a pure physical standpoint. Okay, there's a lot more that goes into attraction than just your looks. Everybody knows this, but we will go over ways to improve your look. Let's get started. Alright, so remember that this is more than just your looks, right? Like I said, owning your look is one of the most important things you could do because if you own your look, own your style, own your posture, the way you walk, and stuff like that, you will be more looks maxed, right? So let's start with step number one. The most important thing you can do is get lean in like the 8 to 12% body fat range, all right? This is the biggest thing when it comes to maxing out your look. If you're not lean and you have a chubby face, you got love handles popping, you got a belly out, you got man tits, you're not going to be attractive, okay? Now, you might be the funny guy that can pull girls, or, the funny guy, but you're just known as the funny guy, not as, like, the hot guy or nothing, right? You want to max out your looks, all right? Imagine being the funny guy and you look good, right? So get lean in about 8 to 12% body fat range. This is the biggest ROI action you can do out of anything else when it comes to natural looks maxing. Now, don't get me wrong, yes, surgeries would probably ascend you further if you were kind of chopped and you get 8 to 12% and you're chopped. Well, a surgery might be what you need to do, but I do not recommend that. I think most people can become fairly attractive just by following these steps, getting lean, and then just maxing out their charisma, maxing out other things of that nature, right? So, how do we get lean? Well, you need to fix your diet. Very simple. Just fix your diet, walk a little bit. All right, you want to walk so you get the lymph nodes and lymphatic flow in your body going, and you get the blood pumping throughout your body, and you stop holding on to excess inflammation and things of that nature, right? So get lean, fix your diet, and that's about 80% of your natural looks maxing transformation right there. So number two, now you can be lean, you can be good looking, but if your hygiene is cooked, you're not gonna be attractive, right? You walking around with nice freaking greasy hair that looks like it's still wet, but it's just grease, or your face is full of like little bumps and stuff of that nature. Again, fix your diet, and now most likely fix that, right? So ways we can fix our hygiene: just shower once a day, twice a day. If you were sweating, shower after you were sweating. Make sure you're cleaning your face, things of that nature, cleaning your hair, all right? Things of that nature, all right? The key to hygiene is basically just look like somebody that smells good. Very simple. You look like you smell good, usually you have good hygiene, okay? So just look like somebody that smells good. Keep your beard nice and groomed too as well. Don't have a scruffy little beard, all right? Don't want it all over the place and crazy looking. Keep it close to the face or whatever look you're going for. Just don't look like a hobo, basically. All right, number three, we got hair is very important in looks maxing. This can literally make or break your face. All right, some people might look really good with a short buzz cut, maybe a shorter haircut, a fade on the side, things of that nature. But some people, and I would say generally most people, will look better with longer hair. All right, I think it might be like the more natural thing, anyways. Because think about our in the past, were haircuts very accessible and stuff like that? Were skin fades really a thing back in the past? Just think about it, all right? Think about it. Usually hair is like a sign of youth too and vitality. So I think longer hair does generally look better on most people, but test out different hairstyles for yourself, okay? Grow out your hair, try different styles, and just experiment with yourself, right? Just find a style that suits you. Now, when it comes to hair and washing it and stuff like that, I highly recommend going for natural ways or less chemical based products, okay? So don't go for like products that are going to strip your hair of all the oils and stuff like that. Like me, I very rarely wash my hair. I've actually done less and less washing. I've been experimenting with eggs and things of that nature. Call me crazy, but my hair is actually not greasy or anything like that. Hairs, little clays, little paste, essential oils, things of that nature is what I've been experimenting with, and I haven't washed my hair in I think it's been about 3, 4 weeks now. And this is the longest I've been without washing my hair as long as I could ever remember. So, and my hair actually it has volume, it has texture, it has all these things, and it's not greasy. Right? I don't put any products in my hair, anything like that. I just use natural ways to clean my hair without all the harsh chemicals and stuff like that. All right? So, find what works for you, but if you are going to shampoo your hair and stuff like that, just make sure you get cleaner options, okay? All right, number four, we have skin. All right, if you're specifically your face, okay? Find a routine that makes your skin glow and feel good, okay? You don't want pimples everywhere. Like I said, fix your diet. You fix your gut, which is what does your gut health come from? What you put in your mouth, okay? You fix your gut, usually your face will be much better, okay? You'll clear up most of your acne. And then what else can you do to fix your face? Make sure you're washing your pillowcases at least once a week. Maybe once every 2 weeks, okay? All right? Wash your blankets. Wash all that stuff, all right? And then make sure you're rinsing your face at least daily after sweating and stuff like that, okay? And then you can do a skincare routine. Just find one that's not too toxic and has all types of endocrine disruptors that will mess up your test or anything like that. Just go for clean ingredients, okay? All right, number 5, we got get a tan. All right, everybody knows that a tan looks really well, looks really good on people. All right, just get a golden little tan. Just tan a little bit, okay? It just generally looks healthier, and usually when you look healthy, you look better, right? And don't forget that the sun has a ton of benefits for your hormonal health, for your energy, for your sleep, for all types of different things. I mean, we're in sunlight for generations and generations and generations, and now we're indoors a lot, okay? So you want to be in the sun as much as possible, okay? All right, number 6, we got de-bloat. All right, de-bloat, it comes with the diet again. The diet is so key. If you eat 80 to 90% micronutrient-rich whole foods like beef, eggs, fruits, maybe even some veggies. I don't really eat veggies. Maybe some nuts, okay? Just know if you eat the nuts, it'll be a little bit harder to cut because they're very calorie dense for how much you eat, right? So just eat natural whole foods 80 to 90% of the time, and your sodium to potassium ratio will be correct, okay? You want a potassium to sodium ratio of at least 2 to 1. So for every 2 milligrams of sodium you eat, you have 1 milligram of sodium. So that would look like 1,000 milligrams of sodium to 500 milligrams of 1,000 milligrams of potassium to 500 milligrams of sodium, okay? And you want to keep at least that balance, okay? At the worst, you want it 1 to 1. And if you're somebody that eats a lot of junk, your ratio might be 2 sodium for every 1 potassium, and you don't want that. That's how you absolutely cook yourself and hold on to excess bloat. You don't want to do that. If you go out to eat at restaurants, if you go out to eat at fast food joints, you would get a ton of sodium, and that's probably why you're bloated and holding on to a lot of water weight. You don't want to do that. All right, so eat natural whole foods, and you will de-bloat, and your jawline will pop naturally, okay? All right, number 7, we have chew hard things, okay? I don't really chew mastic gums or anything, but I know that's something you can do to try and develop these muscles in your jaw a little bit more. But I find that eating steaks, eating red meat, and eating actual real food, it makes you chew a little bit harder. Maybe even eating some nuts. It makes you chew a little bit harder, use these muscles more, and it'll wake them up, okay? Make them pop a little bit. All right, number 8, we got style. This is very person dependent. Just find a style that suits you and fits you very well. And when you have that style, own it. Don't wear a style that you don't feel comfortable in, okay? My style is going to be different from your style. Your style might be different from your friends. Just because your friends dress a certain way doesn't mean you have to, right? Just find a style that you feel confident in and you just enjoy and like the way you look, all right? Find a style that suits you and own it. This is the key to everything. You have to own your look, all right? Own your look. All right, number 9, we got posture. Stand tall, chest out, shoulders back. Don't slouch. You slouch, you just look less confident. You look, less Looksmaxxed. You stand up nice and tall, it automatically makes you look a little bit better, right? Automatically makes you look a little bit better. All right, and number 10, we have the final tip. All right, we just have experiment with different looks, okay? Experiment with one hairstyle. Experiment with different chemical products. Experiment with different types of products for your hair, for your skin, for things of that nature. Experiment with different smells, different colognes, different hoodies, different everything, right? Just experiment with yourself and see what you like. See what you think you look best with, and just continue going down your own path, all right? You don't have to follow every single little thing that your favorite Looksmaxxing creator says, okay? Find out for yourself. You don't have to stick to one style that, this looks the best. No, find out for yourself what looks the best, right? You don't have to copy everybody else's haircut, right? You don't have to be, I'm going to get a fade on the side because that's what everybody else gets. No, you don't have to do that. You can grow it out, see if you like it like that more. See if you think you look better with that more, right? Just find out what works and what looks best on yourself, for yourself, okay? And then, guess what? You just own your look, all right? That's probably the most attractive thing you could do, all right? If you're an attractive dude and you kind of feel out of place or whatever, I mean, with your, you're putting on a persona, you're going to be less confident, right? You just want to own your look. At the end of the day, own your look and you'll look better, okay? Doesn't matter if you're a 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and all that nonsense or whatever. Just own your look, basically. All right. Just recognize that this is just more of like a physical looks maxing video. This ain't really everything when it comes to attraction. Don't get me wrong. Raw attraction, which is the way you look, is probably the most important thing to attraction initially, okay? But as you go on, it's more than just that. You need to learn game. You need to learn the depths of dating and stuff of that nature, okay? This is just a looks maxing video of purely aesthetics, okay? So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all want to see any more of my material, you can either subscribe and watch for more content, or you could go down in the description below and check out different sources I got below, okay? Anyways, I'm out. Peace.